Okay. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Look at it. Hi, Dave. How are you? Hi, Shalima. Shalima. Okay, let's get that right. Um, hi. Um, so, I was just peeling the hair tie that was stuck in my hair out of my head, and I'm trying to set my son up. He woke up having a bad dream, of course, at the time that I got to go live. I'm already running late, but I wanted to discuss first things first. Um, has anybody heard about the child from Florida? There's a child in Florida. The child was almost 3 years old, and the parents are now in Florida custody. Um, but the child was almost 3 and was starved to death. What should have been a 32-pound child was 9 pounds. What should have been a child that was walking, running around, talking, um, learning new things, couldn't do nothing, couldn't talk for the longest time. I guess the child only had one doctor's visit its entire life. And that was like basically the only time the child had gained any weight. After that first doctor's visit, I believe they said the child only made a 1 ounce gain. Okay, just 1 second. Let me figure out this for my son so that way he'll stop. Is there anybody that will take the link for me for a second? I actually want to play the the sheriff's little talk about this case, and then after that we will decide where everything goes. Thank you for everybody being here. I appreciate it. I would love to hear. So sickening. They said the child was nothing but bones and skin. Yes, yes. So sad. Just one moment. Okay, just one moment. Thank you for doing this, Christola. Just 1 second.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, now I need to look at chat. Shalima, by the way, Shalima, you need to actually, like, I do not know what your problem is, but you're everywhere and you are, like, you're going into the most
Hey, no, no, no,
benign
no, 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 no.
places.
Don't do that to him. Don't do that to Shalima. Shalima's fine here. What's going on? Like, why? What
I'm
happened?
telling you, I'm going to tell you why.
Oh.
Um, she or he, I do not know. I'm telling you, Stephanie, it's not cool.
What did they do? Like, I don't understand. Like I've never seen Shalima do anything wrong.
Well, I have, I have, I have, I
Like
have,
what though?
I have.
Okay, I don't. Okay, well, I really can hold on. Yes, it's a dead bug. You gotta let it charge for a minute. You can't watch it right now. Okay, I'm coming. I want to talk about this case, and I've never had a problem with them here. They've never done anything on my channel, I guess. So, what happened?
Okay. Um, Literally, this woman, her name is Nana's Angels, and she like literally she made her a mod. This person, whoever Shalima is, started just like tossing out freaking um bans on people
Well, maybe she
that
didn't want
did
to be a mod in
nothing.
that chat. I don't know.
No, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I've seen her around everywhere, everywhere. She's
Okay, well, I'm everywhere too, Christola.
everywhere.
I'm
Just
everywhere.
talking shit. Just talking shit. She's talking shit.
Okay,
I
well,
believe
I'm
it's a
everywhere. I
troll.
talk shit too. So me and Shalima are on the same page.
All right, well, I'll leave,
Well, why
Steph,
would you leave?
because I'm telling you that that's a troll.
I'm not even saying I'm doing anything wrong. Okay. I'm going to continue with what I wanted to do. I have no idea what's going on.
But I'm telling you what's going on. I'm telling you what the fuck is happening right now.
Okay.
She was a mod on my channel. I had to boot her because, like, I'm sitting here looking at everywhere they are, her or they or him or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying?
I understand. I just really don't want to have to boot anybody, and I don't never had a problem with Shalima. She's everywhere, just like I'm everywhere. We both talk shit about
Shalima. Her
Shalima.
name is Shalima.
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 Okay.
Shalima.
Uh-huh. All right. So I want to play this little clip of the um what the sheriff had to say about the case. I don't know if you still want to be up here though, Christola, because I'm gonna move
I
forward.
mean, it's fine. It's cool. Whatever.
Okay, we can talk or yeah, but I'm gonna do this first
Okay.
before we go any further into anything else. Okay. Where did it go? Okay, right here.
He looks like
I go from chat to chat as long as I don't talk shit about it anymore. I'm welcome everywhere. Exactly, Dave. I agree. Christola, you are my only no.
Dave
Okay.
is
So
Dave is my
this is
ladybug. Dave is my ladybug. I love Dave. Dave is my ladybug.
Dave Dave has the shoulders to help people up on panels. So all right, let's continue. Again, we're gonna go back into this. This is a trigger warning because he does give some he does say some pretty graphic things about what should be the
See, I'm
proper size
not
of the
down there. I'm not down there to do the
what?
trigger warning. What, bitch? I'm just trying to,
What?
like,
Dave,
I.
can I mod you?
Dave, make Dave a freaking mod.
I
So you
did
can say,
before he could
motherfuckers.
even answer me. Okay, so here I go. This is what we're going to talk about. Of course, due to unfair right usage and copyright stuff, I am gonna pause and give commentary.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. Is that literally building blocks?
Wait, yes,
What?
that's what they're talking about. Just listen.
What?
He explains it. Listen, he explains it. Mute. I'm gonna mute.
Okay, go ahead, please. Wait, you muted everything, Steph. We can't hear it.
Well, good thing you're up here, so that way you can tell me that. I must have forgot to share the audio. But anyways, now we'll continue. You mute.
To understand that each of these blocks represents 1 pound.
So he basically said that each of these blocks are to represent 1 pound.
Yes, I heard him. Yes.
Started an investigation. where a child was starved to death, died of long-term starvation. And what shocks our conscience is nothing in this world is more important to us than our children. And they're
I actually fell upon this like just a little bit before like tonight's live because I wasn't even gonna do this tonight. We were really gonna go on like time or like, hey, let's learn about this case and that case together. But then I heard this and it really, really was like, I was like something that I think I'm gonna follow closely and make sure I keep everybody updated on what's happening with this, because they are now saying that the mother is claiming to be 4 months pregnant after this.
Growth in their ability to thrive. They're the most important, precious thing in our life. They're innocent. And they depend solely upon us for everything. So this little girl, this baby girl, was born at 6 pounds and 10 ounces. 6 pounds and 10 ounces. This baby, when it died, weighed 9 pounds.
9 pounds.
Oh my God. How old was she?
Almost nearly 3 years old.
Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me.
You see all these other blacks right here?
Yes, Stephanie, all you had to say was she was born at 6 pounds and she died at 3 years old at fucking 9 pounds. What?
Well, she should have been weighing 32 pounds. He goes into it. Let's listen.
This baby should have weighed 32 pounds. This baby was born on July the 25th, 2019. Between July the 25th, 2019, and when they took the baby to the doctor in January of 2020, the child had gained 3 pounds.
So from July 2019 till January 2020, that baby went to the hospital or to the doctor one time and only gained 3 pounds.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I'm telling you right now, that makes sense. But here's the fucking problem. Here's the problem is because after that point, it should have took off. And like, I don't know how else to say it. It should have, she should have gained way more weight.
Mm-hmm. She definitely should have. Aw, I'm doing both streams, squinty eyes and all. Thanks, Jen. Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate everybody that's here.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
You're good. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna continue with this. As soon as it loads. I don't know why it's being dumb.
Was thriving. Listen closely to what I'm going to tell you. Between January the 2nd, 2020, when the baby went to the doctor for the last time, and May the 10th, 2022, which was 2 years and 4 months, that sweet baby gained 1 ounce. 1 ounce.
1 ounce?
Should have been 32 pounds. The baby should have been talking, putting sentences together, asking questions.
Yes.
Diaper needs to be changed, running, jumping, and
Yes.
playing. When this baby died on May the 10th, she couldn't stand. She couldn't talk.
Oh, man, Jay, I really don't want to be watching this right now. Like, honestly, I literally do not want to watch this.
Okay, well, If you got to excuse yourself, you can.
This is
I am so
bullshit.
sorry. Okay.
This is bullshit.
I know. And that's why I kind of want to talk about it, because I agree with you. But if you need to
Go ahead,
mute,
do it. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, play it.
okay. If you need to mute, please feel free. All right, let me go back to where we were.
This baby died on May the 10th. She couldn't stand. She couldn't talk. She couldn't walk. This baby never got to be this big because of these people. This is mom at 35. This is dad at 57. Allegedly, he was her counselor at church along the way. Oh, he weighed 213 pounds. Oh, Rhonda Tillman, mom, weighed 144 pounds. Did I mention to you that she's pregnant? According to what she says, about 4 months pregnant. There was food in the house. Regis Johnson.
Okay, so this is where I want to get everyone's opinion and thoughts about how they feel about, after knowing what you've heard. Obviously they're in custody. So we probably won't play very much more of this, but I want to know, how do you guys feel about the fact that she's pregnant now? And that's where I really want to base
they
like
need
a little
to
bit
take
of our
that
conversation.
damn baby away from her as soon as it comes out, because that child was almost 2 years old and it couldn't walk, it couldn't talk, and it could not. No, that is horrible. It
And
is bullshit.
my next question would be, for if you were the sitting person on, or the judge, and were able to make any sentencing for these parents, what would your sentencing be? Again, I have the link pinned if anybody wants to come up and we can talk. I would love to have a panel discussion, and let's talk about this.
Honestly, don't even know what the legality would be. What would it be?
I have no idea. I do know that I'm pretty sure they're looking at some pretty hefty life sentencing. I would think, and I'm hoping that the to be child, I just can't fathom why, if they're gonna do the
No,
first one.
they're gonna take that kid. I'm
Well, that,
sorry.
100% that it should be done. But what, like, from a parent's point of view, you've already, I mean, you know what you did to your first child, and you know the way that child was taken care of,
No,
obviously.
listen, I
So
cannot say from a
to
parent's
even
point of view, period, point blank, period, of anything like that, because I would never do my children like that. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So
But
I
here's the
can't
thing, Christella. Thank you. So this is the thing. I will unmute you in a second. My thing is they knew what the first one was going through. What would possess them to even get pregnant with another? That's my question, and that's my thoughts on that. Christella.
because they are literally not caring. They're wanting a nut. They do not care. They literally are making kids because they want a nut. That's all it is. And it's fucking ridiculous. They're not thinking in the fucking future. And they don't care. They do not care. And like, for me and my husband and like our life, like, Okay, cool. We have 6 kids. You know what? We take care of every fucking one of them. And what it pisses me the fuck off when people sit there and like neglect their kids or like fucking like seriously that kid could not walk. That kid could not talk. What? No, really?
Yep. So, yeah, I heard quite a bit about the daughter. She was an older child, though, wasn't she, Dave? I just don't understand. I guess I don't understand the dynamics of that case and how everything came about with that. Like, I guess I don't. I mean, was she not able to move off the couch? I mean, like herself, because I also seen where it said that it was
Dave,
shown
you need
signs
to come
of
up.
her eating the
I'm
couch
gonna mute
cushions.
myself. Dave, please come up. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Okay, Crystal. So yeah, I also seen where it said that she was eating the cushions on the couch. Oh, she left. 36. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously she pursued some sort of life. I mean, but I mean, God, how long would she have been there to just melt into the couch cushions and the couch and like, oh, I can't stand it. Like, you mean to tell me her parents didn't notice? I mean, because it said that they would show up there and they would like do things for her or something. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I I just can't fathom it, I guess, being a parent. And if you were to show up at your child's home or whatever, and I mean, wouldn't you just try to get them like, hey, get up, move, do something with yourself, get your hiney out of bed kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would think that if if it's a fucking child, you would obviously be like, hey, can you walk? Come on, let's walk. You know, like you do, like you literally you like say, hey, teach them how to walk
Yeah.
back and forth. Like it makes you really fucking mad.
Right. But wait, because there are some. I mean, okay, let's play devil's. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Hit me if I'm
Oh,
wrong. I don't care.
there is
But
no
listen,
devil's
listen,
advocate with
listen
kids.
first. Listen first. Devil's advocate. There are some like sicknesses that will prevent, like even say in the case of the almost 3-year-old, from gaining weight or from
Okay,
growing.
but here's the
But
thing
here's
about
the thing,
that.
they should have went to the
Here's
doctor
the
and they
thing
should have
about
been
that.
being seen for help,
Exactly. They
but
should
they
have
weren't.
already been seen for a doctor if that was the case.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. Same with that. But I don't know. And they're both of sound mind and I mean of knowledge, of sound mind to know that
Yeah,
they
oh,
should
this
have known that their child was
this
supposed to
is
be growing.
crackhead, and they don't give a fuck about their damn kids.
Yeah.
That's all it is, and it's really irritating to me. Like because Stephanie, you know that Emmy was born like underweight. Emmy was born at 4 pounds, right? You know
Mhm.
that.
No,
And
I
so
didn't know that, but I do now.
she is thriving. She is running around fucking telling motherfuckers what to do. I'm telling you, she is telling motherfuckers what to do. And I feel like I feel like I feel like a bad mama at
Ooh.
times just because she was born underweight. but
Right.
it's only because of my body. I've
Right.
never had a kid. I have 6 kids. I've never had a kid that weighed over 5 pounds. So it makes me feel weird and it makes me scared whenever people are talking about underweight kids. But here's the thing, Emmy is up running around telling motherfuckers what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, my younger sister was born with that was underweight and premature, and she's up thriving, But it's not that, It's okay. So, like Dave was saying, most are mental health issues, on parents. Lady that cooked her baby, too many past years. Okay, so then that brings me around to like I also wanted to discuss the Joel Guy situation. The guy that cut his parents up and put them into acid and was cooking his mom's head on the stove.
Joe
Would
got
that fall
here.
in? I mean, obviously he's got some mental health issues, and that case is just
Yeah, but here's the
horrendous in
thing.
itself.
Here's the thing. Joe guy had issues, mental health issues, but
His was more for
his
greed. I
parents
feel like his was more
were,
for money and greed because they had told him they were going to cut him off.
yeah, but his parents were also trash.
They were what?
Trash.
Why were they
They,
trash?
because
I don't care what
they,
reason you give.
because
You just
they
don't murder your
kept
parents and cut
telling
them
him,
off.
they kept telling him that the reason that everything was so bad was because of him.
I don't.
And he
That's the first
believed
I've
it.
heard that.
Girl. Alright, I'll send
Girl.
you an article. I'll send you a couple articles.
Okay. I've followed that pretty closely, and that's the first that I've heard of that. I do know that they told him they were gonna cut him off financially, and that he was gonna have to grow up basically and fend for
Well,
himself. And I mean,
yeah.
what parent wouldn't want their child to get out from under their wings and not have to support their adult child? I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to support any kind of adult child. No, you're old enough to be out from under my house and my wing. Go goodbye. I love you and all, but it's time for you to at least try to do something to support yourself. Uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
but so I still haven't. They were going to retire. Exactly, they were going to retire, and they were no longer going to be able to support him and his ways. No, and that's what I've heard the whole time. I've never heard that they were like mentally abusive towards him at all.
Good. Steph, I'm gonna
Send me links. I'll look at them, and we can discuss later for this. Because me and you will go at it behind everything. But so, with that said, let's bring it back to. I want to talk about. Okay, so Dave brought up the daughter that melted into the couch. As a parent, I don't understand how they were able to sit back and watch this process take place. Like, I mean, how long would they have had to have been away from said child in order for this whole thing to take place? I mean, she was eating the sofa cushions. Like, I just don't understand, I guess. I'm very confused. Like, and obviously I haven't really I mean, it's kind of gruesome so to me, and I'm like, how the hell does a parent show up at their child's house and see this process taking place and not try to help them? So I guess I just couldn't fathom it, and I still can't. But I got lots of questions about it. Again, there's a StreamYard link that's pinned. if anybody wants to come up and discuss with us. Um, I would like to hear others' points of views and thoughts on things. Um, please, if you're still here and you're watching and you're still kind of tuning in, I know it's kind of late for a lot of us. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. Even if that's all you do, I would appreciate it. So I guess I can't fathom it, and I don't know how to even
Bitch,
word
I
my.
literally just fell off the fucking porch.
Well, how did you fall off? How did you do that? Like, oh my gosh.
I was trying to close the door, and like I literally just fell. I think it broke my wrist.
I'm sorry. I can only imagine your face and it, like your facial reaction, and it makes me want to laugh. I'm sorry about that. And in the heavy conversation. Oh,
Where's the beer at?
huh?
Wait a minute, I don't know where my beer is. I broke my wrist. I literally broke my wrist.
Oh, you got to be more careful there.
For real. Literally, I broke my arm.
Yeah. So, anyways.
But yeah. You're like, yeah. Like,
Yeah, well, because I'm seriously like I guess I can't I don't know. I've got so many questions, and like I guess nobody can actually sit back and answer them, because like I don't know, like if you're a parent, why would you just watch your child go through these these things that these parents watch their kids go through? Like I just can't.
you wouldn't.
No, I mean I mean, you can't tell me that even the almost 3-year-old wasn't crying like for being hungry, or I don't know. Because I mean, my 4-year-old, let me tell you, he gets hungry and I'm just like, would you just shove something in your face because you're getting on my nerves?
Exactly.
Like, geez. Even if you're not hungry, here, put this in your mouth. You're on my nerves. Nerves. Just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding.
Or am I
Not
kidding?
kidding.
I mean, I may or
She
may not
says,
be kidding.
She says, hey, like this.
I mean, I will say my kids are not malnourished, nor are they overweight, so I'm good.
Where's this fucking beer? I lost it.
Hey, Lonnie, how are you?
I want to cry. I like literally broke my wrist because I fell off my fucking porch.
What?
I just told you I fucking fell on my porch and I broke my wrist.
You didn't break your wrist, because I promise you, if you did, it would be worse than what it is. But yes,
I'm a tough bitch.
Lonnie,
You just don't know me.
have you heard of either of the cases that I was kind of I've kind of led into 3 different ones because of like the topic was brought up in like certain places, but the girl that melted into the couch, the 36-year-old.
Oh, fuck.
Lonnie, do you got time to come up on panel and talk?
Wait.
What? Oh, Crystal.
Okay. Open this door.
No store runs. It's too late. Goodbye.
I have to open the door.
Oh, I thought you said run to the store. Dave, don't forget Susan Smith. Ooh, Susan Smith.
No, 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 no.
Is
no,
Susan
no,
Smith
no.
the lady that drove her kids into the lake or something? I don't know. Remind me
Wait,
of who she
what are
is
you
real quick,
talking
Dave.
about? Hunter?
Who's Susan Smith? Remind me. Because I think I've heard that name just recently. Yeah, she had mental issues and she was starving. They found foam in her stomach. Yeah, because she was eating the couch cushions. But here's my thing, Lonnie. Wasn't it said that her parents would go to her house and like take care of her and help her? I mean, as a parent, how can you just sit back and watch that? That is who Susan Smith is, Dave. All right, then yeah. I remember that being talked about. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm about to go to bed.
Okay. You go to bed. You have a good night, Christella. Love you. Thank you for being here. All right. Thank you. Bye. So, to continue on with what you're breaking up, dear. Okay. So, Lonnie, no, they lived with her. She was in the lounge room. So you mean to tell me, okay, so they lived with her and they like literally basically watched her like uh uh melt into this couch like this? Like I don't know, as a parent, I just can't be okay with this. Like how can you witness it and obviously see that she was eating the couch because she was hungry? Like why are you not feeding her? Why are you not making her get up? Why are you not making her go up? Why are you making her move? Like I mean, as a parent, I know that she was grown and you can't exactly make an adult do much of anything, but as a parent, if you're witnessing something this traumatic happening to your child, you think you would eventually, at some point, something would click inside your brain to say, hey, get her some help, you know? Wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know. To each their own, I guess, right? Can't can't be the moral police for us all, I guess. Because then this world wouldn't be fun. We'd all think alike if that was the case. Then how fun would that be? We like a little showdown here and there, right? I guess. Brittany Gossing went to abandon her 3 kids out of town for a boyfriend and ran over. Whoa, what? And ran over her little boy? What? When? Why? What the hell? Shalima, you're fine. You're good, dear. I'm sorry about everything. I don't know what's going on with you and Christola, but I'm not one. I just I wanna have an open platform where everybody's welcome and everybody can, you know, agree to disagree and let's move on. I am sorry about that, but that's a 9-minute video of it. Okay. All right. Let's go on a field trip, guys. We're about to click on Lonnie's link, and Lonnie's link will sometimes get us in trouble. Boyfriend didn't want kids. I'll give you a link. All right. Shoot. Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's talk about this. I'm down. Like, I have nothing else better to do right now. I don't got to work tonight. None of that. So, go to bed. Listen, anybody want a 4-year-old? Because he's up for the taking at this point tonight. Gosh. Listen, and the 15-year-old. As I said that his 4-year-old brother was up for the taking, he said, "What? Like you ain't
my brother." Bro, you got us all up, Mom.
Oh, I woke all of them up trying to give away the 4-year-old. Damn. I guess I can't give them away, huh? Well, let's scratch that story. We won't offer that, I guess. I tried. Didn't work really well. Okay, so let me see. I gotta figure out. Shh. Women. Okay, right here. Hey guys. Listen to me. No. Lay down. Shh. Guys, sorry for all the background and all the kids. Here's what we're gonna do, because I remember to share my voice this time. Yeah. All right. Ooh, mom duties. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this to the stream. This is a 9-minute video that Lonnie was talking about. And Dave, I want to look at yours next. And I want to see about this too. That one. Let's go ahead and play this. Yep.
Uncensored starts right now. Well, it's that time to kick off the Factor Uncensored tonight. New information coming to light in the case of two
So here's no sound. Still no sound? Okay. Let me redo this.
Both of them were indicted on in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No one should. Severe and extreme. It's near Baton Rouge, Louisiana, charged in a severe case of neglect. Now, we first told you about this story last night on The Factor. Sheila and Clay Fletcher are now out of jail after being indicted on second-degree murder charges. Their 36-year-old daughter died in a way no one should. Severe and extreme neglect. She literally marinated in a couch.
So this would be my first question. Why the fuck are they out of jail and who let them out? Excuse my language, but this is my platform and I may use some bad language. I do that. Listen, why? Why are they being allowed to walk around on the streets? Like, this is not cool. I don't agree with that at all. Let me continue.
For years, basically melted into it, and was found covered in feces, urine, and we're told large maggots. Chris Nakamoto, an investigative reporter in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, broke the story with my former photographer in Baton Rouge long ago.
All right, maggots. Like, why would you even let your kid be in this condition? Like, oh God. Like, imagine how long she had to be there like that before she passed and like they got her help. Like, none of this makes any sense to me, and I'm not okay with any of this. Like, I don't understand as a parent how you can watch your child or let your child go through this. All right, I'm gonna quit rambling and play this.
Joe McCoy. Now, if you thought details of the story we first told you about were just disgusting, Nakamoto says there's more. He joins us on The Factor now with where the parents are now.
They actually had a bond set yesterday. It was $300,000 a piece. And then a bail bondsman came to assist them with that bail. But there was a little hiccup. He brought about $3,000 of money short that they needed to get out. So Sheila was able to get out last night, and Clay just bonded out this morning after they got some of the additional money. It really is just a horrific case of neglect. Both of them were indicted on second-degree murder charges Monday by a grand jury in East Louisiana Parish for basically letting their daughter, who had autism, rot away on a sofa, they believe, for possibly 12 years.
Wow. So how long was she dead before they called authorities, or did they call authorities? Give us the details on that, because it's not too clear.
Our sources think that she wasn't dead for very long. The parents were out of town the weekend before she was found. She was found Monday, January 3rd, and they had called saying...
Okay, so here's my thing about this. The parents went out of town knowing the condition their child was in before leaving town. Why? Why wouldn't you get help? Why? It's that unanswerable question, why, I guess. And that's just where my brain leads me to go. Thank you, Lonnie, for that trigger warning. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Let's continue.
That their daughter was unresponsive, and then immediately when paramedics help arrived and then the coroner arrived, he said, we need to treat this like a crime scene. Basically, he could tell it was just utter neglect. Literally, her legs were embedded into the sofa, and she hadn't moved from there. It was basically, from what we were told, like a latrine or a cesspool that she was living in. Just horrific conditions. She had open wounds to the bone from her feet all the way to her buttocks, and essentially had gnats and maggots all around her body.
Oh my God, that's just incredible and just so damn sad. Now, how did they live in a house? Obviously, there are going to be smells. If she is sitting there in her feces or urine and sitting there for at least a decade, how did they live in that house?
So that's what's so interesting. I guess they were just immune to the smell after living in the filth for so long. Listen, we got a picture from the living room of the floors that were buckling underneath the sofa, the wooden floors, because it was just layers upon layers of human waste, urination, feces, all on those wood floors. And essentially, the coroner told me when he
so that leads
showed
me
up at that house.
That leads me to want to say, why would you even let your child get away with doing this, of urinating and fecaling, mattering all over your house? I mean, I just can't fathom why parents would even do this. I understand she had autism and everything. I mean, but all in all, you as a parent, it's your job to, I mean, if she's under your roof and you're supposed to be taking care of her, then you should be in charge of making sure she's staying clean. You're cleaning up after her. You're making sure she's eating and not eating sofa cushions. Hi, Cassandra. I think Christola went to bed. Let's see. They said no one went into the house for over 10 years. Only the girl and the parents in that house. Yeah, but that's still no excuse. I mean, your job as okay, she couldn't move. Okay. Well, if you know your child can't move, why are you not helping her get up off the couch, use the bathroom? Okay, why was it said that she couldn't move? Because I also heard that she graduated, though, and she was thriving at one point, wasn't she? Hey, Miss Cassandra. Sorry, guys, about the background noise. I can't make these kids realize that I'm on live enough.
Your son is crying on the phone, and I have nothing to do. I can't do it.
Bring it. Oh. Try this one more time. Anybody need some kids?
Sorry.
I'm going to give them all away this time, not just one. Oh, I don't care if you belong to me or not. So, yeah, I guess I don't understand. Is that just my own way of thinking? I mean, you're supposed to be able to, I don't understand why. I don't understand. And I guess that's something I will never understand because, me as a parent, even if one of my children were to get sick and if I go to their house or wherever, they're sick, I'm going to clean up after them. I'm going to take care of them, as a parent. I guess that's just my way of being, I guess. I don't know. Let's continue. if I can quit adding my 2 cents, but I guess that's the whole point of this, right?
He couldn't eat for a week, and he's a practicing physician who's been doing this for 30 years, and he's seen a lot of neglect before. He said he's never seen a case like this. One of her causes of death was starvation, and they said she was so hungry she was actually eating parts of the sofa around her. During her autopsy, they found sofa foam inside her stomach, along with feces. Feces were...
I guess I don't understand why sofa and feces was found inside of her stomach. Like, if she's hungry, she wants to eat. Why were these parents not feeding her? Oh, okay, I'm
her
done.
Nostrils, they were in her mouth and her hair. Just a horrific, horrific case.
What do we know about these damn parents? Who are they?
So
what do they do for a living? I mean,
they're worthless.
Who are these people?
They're shit.
They lived a normal life. The neighbors say they would see them come and go. They were always the church-going type, as they described them, always in church every Sunday. The mother worked for a prosecutor in the city of Zachary, which is probably about 15 minutes from where they live.
The parents needed help themselves.
What the dad did. He may have been involved in some nonprofit type work, but it's really kind of unclear what he did for a living. Some of our sources say that the daughter, who was nonverbal at the time of her death, was very verbal when she was in school. She was on the volleyball team, and she could recite things like that. Some of the people that went to school with her. So it seems like she really digressed over the last few years, and the parents, instead of picking up the phone to make a call and say, hey, we need some help over here to treat our daughter's condition, they just let her rot away on a sofa. It's literally one of the most disturbing stories we've ever covered in my 15 years doing this here in the Baton Rouge area.
It's just mind-blowing. And so did they ever have visitors over to the house, relatives over to the house? What did people say, if they did, or did they just keep her locked up? Was she placed in like a living room or some secret room where no one would see her in that house?
All right, guys.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker.
Whoa, what happened there? So, I just can't. I can't do that. I can't. Oh, graphic warning. Sorry about that. Okay, let's just stop right there. I can't do no more. Let's move on. This is a better link. Okay. Is that for the one you were talking about, Dave? She was doing good in school until she had injuries that stopped her from going to school. She was weak and couldn't move. Okay, but if you know your child's weak and can't move, I mean, that's where you step in as a parent, especially living under your roof, wouldn't you think? I mean, come on now. Come on. It doesn't take no mathematician or brainiac to think about this. I mean, you weren't handed a how to raise a child dialogue and how-to book when they were born. You should know this, naturally. That's my thought, because they didn't care for her. They only cared about themselves. A lot of parents are like that. Yep, probably true. She was such a beautiful young woman. She was. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So I totally agree, but some parents just don't care. Yeah, some parents just don't care, and some parents won't care. I mean, there's nothing you can do to make parents care ever, period. Right? I mean, all in all. Okay, this might echo because I'm going to stay on the same share screen. And I got to shut this off real quick. I got to pause it. Okay. So that way I can grab this other link. Whoa, what is this? This is not what I want. Whoa, how did I end up here? We don't want this. What is this crap? Let's go back here where I'm at. Okay, guys. This is my life. Let's go in here. Pause. Caught it. All right, let me grab this link that Dave has shared, and we're going to look into this. Let's see what this says. Is this more stomachable? Because honestly, we talked about some pretty...
Straight ahead on Law and Crime Daily. A mother accused of murdering her 6-year-old son, then dumping his body in the Ohio River. Her sister now speaking out about possible warning signs.
Oh my God.
Walk into one. He was very known for giving his big hug.
Defense attorneys for the former Michigan governor charged in the Flint water crisis want his case dismissed. Why the special prosecutor is saying not so fast.
We seem to be kind of going off the rails here.
And an assault caught on camera. Your sneak peek into the new hit show, I Survived the Crime. Plus, the allegations of sexual harassment that could mean legal trouble for New York's governor, Andrew Cuomo. Law and Crime Daily covering court cases.
Yeah, Brian, police in Middletown, Ohio say that Brittany Ghazi and her boyfriend initially tried to say that her son, James Hutchinson, was missing, but that story quickly began to unravel, and now both of them are facing charges.
James was a sweet, loving, caring little boy.
Heather Gosney can't help but cry when she thinks about what happened to her 6-year-old nephew, James.
He was very known for giving his big hugs. He loved hugging people, showing everybody love.
Gosney says she last spoke to her sister Brittany on January 26th.
Brittany called me trying to get me to take the kids because her boyfriend was trying to make her give her the kids. Brittany did not want to sign custody over to me.
Fast forward to last Friday night. Police say James died when his mother tried to leave him and his siblings at a state park because her boyfriend, James Hamilton, wanted her to get rid of her 4 children. An incident report states that James grabbed onto the door handle of his mom's van when she tried to leave, and then Brittany Gosney slammed on the gas, dragging James and possibly running him over. Police say Gosney and Hamilton dumped James's body into the Ohio River early Sunday morning at the Ohio-Indiana state line and then reported him missing. Law enforcement and
So it's not like they were sleeping or anything, and they just like put them out of their vehicle like while they were sleeping. These kids were awake and alert, and oh my god, I cannot imagine the
volunteers
trauma.
spent the day Sunday searching on the ground and from the air. James's family and classmates are stunned and sad beyond belief. His school brought in therapy dogs to help the young students deal with their loss.
It's heartbreaking, and I don't understand it. And like I said, I don't believe Brittany did this. I believe her boyfriend did it.
Heather Gosney says that recently her sister Brittany had blocked all of their family members on Facebook, so they really hadn't had any contact with them in the last month or so. Brittany Gosney is facing charges of murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. Her boyfriend, James Hamilton, faces charges of abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence as well. He is not charged with murder. Brian, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Andrew.
So, is there more?
Joining us now, legal analyst Dina Dahl, along with Terry Austin. Dina, the charges are based on Gosney's statements so far, but the other children involved, they have yet to be interviewed. Could we see more charges or even different charges against a couple after those interviews?
How long were these children left out? Does anybody know how long they were left out there before they were found? Does anybody know? Body was never found. Wait. I agree, but some parents just don't care. Then okay. I've seen this. Poor Bubba. How his body was never found? Seriously? How long were the other kids left out there? Okay, so then there's the parents that are like me that care too much and have my kids tell me to back off. But then some kids aren't as lucky as others. Yes, that's true. Yes, I've seen this. Poor Bubba. Oh God, how parents can do this to their kids. Being a parent is a gift. And others that people dive to have. Yeah, exactly. Or pay millions or thousands to have, to be able to be a parent. Like, this is just, oh. So the next time we get together, guys, we will not be talking about children so much, I guess. But I mean, it seems like that's like the theory. Like, even with the Kamari case, the mother that sold her young daughter to the ex-boyfriend, like, and her ex-boyfriend killed her. That's I just can't. I can't. I just never know. No, they put him in a river with a block of concrete on him. So do they think he's still in the river? I mean, okay, let me play some more of this and maybe I can answer my questions. I'm just too impatient and I just want the answers now.
Yes, very possible that there may be murder charges brought against the boyfriend, or at least a conspiracy to commit murder for both of them. If the boyfriend wasn't actually actively involved in the murder itself, but that maybe there was an agreement between them and he did some action further into the murder, because it appears that a girlfriend said that she was doing this partly because of him. Right now, like, they have that kind of evidence, and that's why they haven't charged them. But we often see charges being brought later as the police continue to investigate a case.
Now, Terry, the more you hear about the story, the more gut-wrenching it gets. Gosney seems to suggest that Hamilton wanted her to do it, but that's not quite cool.
I don't care. Like, as a mom, nobody's gonna make me have. Look, you want me to choose my children over you, or it's a choice kind of situation of the matter. There's no choice for me. My kids will come first. I mean, nobody's worth that. And and it sounds like she had family that would have helped her, Am I just the only one that's seeing that? Is there others that see that? I mean, because for the sounds of it, her sister said, she wouldn't sign over custody of the kids to her, but yet she would prefer to go take them and leave them out in the wild, like in the woods. That almost makes like the Mama children, like the children like a Mama, the movie. Yeah, I guess that's my intake.
Origin. Could there be possibly defense here, though?
I don't think it's a defense, Brian. Listen, for a case like this, that could be an explanation, but it's not a legitimate defense. Unless she can show that this was some sort of self-defense or it was an accident, or to your point, that she did it under duress and she had no choice. I think a murder charge is definitely going to prevail. And don't forget, this is the state of Ohio, and this individual victim is under the age of 13. So this could be aggravated murder, which means the mother could possibly face the death penalty.
Good point. And Jeanette, things like this typically don't happen in a vacuum. Had Child Services
I just want to know what happened to the
worked with
other
the family
kids.
before?
Yeah, Brian, the police chief said during a news conference that Children's Services had contact with Brittany Gosney and her children in the past. The children had moved from hotel to hotel at times during their lives. They've been in and out of the school district, even living, I believe, in another state at one time. So there was some contact. Whether or not Children's Services was currently involved, we don't know that at this point in time. I should mention, though, too, that searchers are still actively looking for little James's body in and around the Ohio River, and they'll continue to do so this weekend if need be.
It's sad that none of those red flags caught this tragedy before it happened, and we're always hopeful that the child's body is found for at least some sense of closure for the family. Thank you all for your input on the story. A new management order is setting the stage for the first.
Wow, that happened back. Okay, so this video is from March 2nd, 2021, and I've never even heard of it, like, ever. How sad. Like, just don't understand parents anymore. That's so sad. It makes me not want to even look across the road where there's a river. How low life parent can do this to a precious child. Yep, I agree. That's crazy, man. And I can't believe that they're still looking for him. Like, nobody was ever found. I wonder what led them to believe he was in the river. Like, what if he wasn't really in the river? You know what I mean? I don't know. I ponder things. I question everything. I'm a questioner. But why? How? Who? What, where, when? Okay? Yeah. I just can't fathom any of this. Like, how parents can be so cruel. How? So there was also let me see. I want to bring up, there was something else that I wanted to go on a tour with real quick before I get off. I was told about let me see. So there was that one also. Okay, so Ariel Castro kidnappings. I was told to kind of look further into the Ariel Castro kidnappings. Has anybody heard of those? I'm just wondering. Because I was told to look and read into it. There's a documentary. Story. Let's see. So, yeah. Let's see. Horrific story about kidnapper Ariel Castro. We're gonna stop sharing that screen. We're gonna share another screen because I just want to do that. Okay. I just got to remember that I'm on the same tab as everything else. Let's share. Pew, pew, pew. Lonnie, your question is something I just would never ever be able to understand or probably ever answer for anybody. So, beep. Let's share that. So, let's see. I'm going to actually share this screen so that way you all can see what I'm looking at eventually. Here's this. All right, so I kind of had like a little background into it. I heard that there was 3 girls that ended up making it out away from the sky. But when it comes to villains, it can be easy to think there are nothing more characters who exist in than characters that who exist in movies and TV shows. They're the ones that can hurt us, even if they do leave us double checking our doors and locks at night, just in case there's someone out there. So what happens when they're not people we can hide from? What if their normal looking neighbor next door, the mailman? The people we're supposed to trust, they are the most dangerous of them all. And it seems Ariel Castro and his twisted crimes sadly fit into the category with ease. Was abusive towards his wife, Gramilda Figueroa. I guess. Figueroa. Born in Puerto Rico, Ariel Castro didn't wait for long when it came to finding love. Sadly, it seems that might not have lasted long. Although no one knows when they were married, Ariel and his wife Gramilda Figueroa eventually went their separate ways in the mid 90s after years of the latter accused husband of abuse. Okay. It's said that Ariel broke Gramilda's nose, dislocated her shoulder more than once, and even pushed her so hard that she suffered blood clot on the brain. The tumultuous relationship resulted in 4 children who were often there to witness Ariel's assault and harm his wife with nowhere to escape. That was until Gramilda finally left in 1996. He immediately, okay, well, let's not push that button. That button jumps to the top, guys. Okay. He immediately turned their basement into a soundproof chamber and locked his family in the house. Are you serious? Even though Ariel and Gramilda seemed to have normal marriage to the rest of the world, it appears that plenty was taking place behind closed doors that would have been enough to make the rest of the neighborhood shudder. It is said that it started when the family moved to 2207 Seymour Drive in 1992. What in the world? He looks evil. Ariel Castro immediately got to work adding layers to the bricks in the basement to make it soundproof before moving on, and adding curtains to block light and installing a heavy trap door to top things off. Castro added padlocks to each door and would often lock his family inside when he went away for days. So what were they supposed to do for like food and use the bathroom? And I don't know. He would often kidnap his children, but his daughter has good memories of her dad. The pair might have gone their separate ways, but Ariel and Gramilda would never be able to live 2 separate lives due to the 4 children they shared. In 2005, Gramilda took her ex to court as she claimed Castro frequently abducts their daughter and refuses to give them back to their mom. However, others have questioned the truth. Weird. One of his daughters, Angie Gregg, later admitted that she thought of Castro as a friendly, caring, doting man. Angie added that she has plenty of memories taking off on the motorcycle rides with her dad and would line up in the yard with her siblings for haircuts. While she defended him for years, Angie changed her tune when she learned about the truth. I'm going to come back and look at the comments. Some people don't deserve to have children. I agree. There's a Netflix movie about this case. There was a girl in the movie from 8 Miles. It's a good movie. Yeah, I seen that there was a link for the movie. This case has a trigger warning for some viewers. He had a baby with one of the young girls he held hostage. I think I might have heard of this, honestly, but it's just not ringing a bell. So we're going to continue. One of his daughters, Angie, okay, so we read that until she learned about the truth. Ariel Castro tried to make Grimilda Figueroa have a miscarriage. Really? Ariel Castro and Grimilda ultimately brought 4 children into the world, and it turns out there should have been a baby number 5 before they went their separate ways. That was until Castro allegedly decided he didn't want to be a father again and took matters into his own hands. It all started at home. Castro supposedly kicked and punched Grimilda in the stomach and tried to make her have a miscarriage, but was angry when this didn't work and threw her down the stairs. This was enough to shatter her skull and ultimately led to a blood clot in the brain. Sadly, getting to the hospital didn't mean Grimilda would be safe. The threat against her life saw all charges against Ariel Castro dropped. What? Even though he threatened to kill her, all of his charges were dropped? It looked as though the police had everything they needed to arrest Ariel Castro, especially when his son Ariel Jr. intervened and locked his dad outside of the house before he could do any more damage. Unfortunately, the nightmare wasn't over for the Grimilda and her children, even after the police arrested Castro and set his trial for February 1994. This is starting to ring bells. Grimilda was set to testify, and yet somehow Castro found her moments before she walked into the court and threatened to end her life and the life of their children if she took the stand and helped send him behind bars. Terrified, Grimilda agreed, and Castro was released due to lack of evidence with no star witness. He cut off all contact with his children and started working on securing the house even more. The attack was enough to see Grimilda finally leave Ariel Castro and take her children to live with her mother instead. Castro, it seems, losing his wife and children was enough to see him cut off all contact with his former loved ones and start working on fortifying his house instead. It started with stealing supplies from his neighbors. Oh, wow. From there, Castro got work on installing a house of security alarms, locks, and cameras around his house. He had several strategically placed. He also had several strategically placed mirrors in every room to ensure that nothing could happen inside the home without him seeing and knowing about it. What started as something simple appeared as though it had become an obsession. Wow. This is a lot. Wow. It goes. Okay. Learning Grimilda was in a new relationship severely angered Ariel Castro. Grimilda was waiting for brain surgery in 1995 when she met and fell for another man, security guard Fernando Collin. Being separated from her husband should have meant that Grimilda was free to start a new life and move on from the abuse and assault she faced for many years with Ariel Castro. Unfortunately, she was mistaken. Getting into a new relationship, it was enough for something to flip in Castro's mind. He learned Fernando was around a year after they met and began calling the guards home, stating he had stolen his wife. Things had gotten so bad that Castro tried to run Fernando down in his car when he saw him walking the children to school. His neighbors allegedly thought there was something wrong with his house. From outside, many people would assume that 2207 Seymour Avenue was nothing more than another house down the street. That wasn't until someone looked closer and noticed that there was something odd about the home. For one, the shades were always drawn, but it was to keep the outside away. But was it to keep the outside away or those on the inside away from the outside. Weird. Look at the way that door is. Like, it's all like, maybe that was taken after they got it. The police went in. I don't know. No one had any idea what was happening behind closed doors. But many later confessed that thought there was something strange about the property. In fact, James King stated that he thought the home did not look right, or how there was always an odd feeling that came over many when they walked past the house. Ariel Castro allegedly didn't plan to kidnap anyone during the trip to Family Dollar. Okay. It took years for truth about Ariel Castro's crimes to finally hit the headlines. Ariel Castro later confessed that he never planned on kidnapping someone and keeping them inside his home. But yet he was preparing his home for this, it seemed like, but he wasn't planning on doing this. But something came over him while he was running errands. Apparently, there were crimes of opportunity instead of well thought out ideas and pre-planned victims. Bullshit. I don't agree with this. Like, he's lying. Period. Done with it. I'm coming back to see what's going on. Did you hear about Dakota? What about Dakota? I've totally jumped around from story to story with this whole life. But I am starting to remember this case. In a way. Yes. Oh. Tell these kids to go to bed, guys. I'm trying. So what is this case about Dakota, Dave? Now you got me interested, because I do believe, and there was also some Sims. That's Dewan Sims, the little boy that came up missing at a mall here in Michigan. I was told to read about that, and I'm going to still read up on that. I'll probably do that on my own time, as obviously I have just kind of jumped around from here to there. Is there any what's going on with Dakota? Dave? Because I may have. Let me see. Dave's got links. Oh, let's see. Let's go to my channel. That's fun. Let's go here. We are flipping back to here. Pausing that to stop that echo. Seriously, kid?
Yeah. I'm watching Chinchilla and TikTok.
Oh, let's see. Another one. Father killed his son and tried to blame injuries on his own son. So it's almost like the whole thing that's, what other one? There was another one that I was looking at. Hold on, let me see. Let me pause this. I gotta echo. It's gonna drive me crazy. I just don't. I can't understand why parents are doing this. Like, oh my gosh, and it seems like a lot of things like started to spin out of control, and parents started doing it more so. Like, this after the pandemic hit,
it is up there with some of the most depraved and barbaric things I've ever heard done to a young person. Over 100 of you have requested this case. Over 100. So get ready, because this one's bad.
I did
On December
just see
13th,
this.
2019, 911 dispatchers received a disturbing phone call from a Dayton, Ohio father named Al Mudahan McLean regarding his son who was allegedly unresponsive. Rather than focusing on his son's condition, McLean spent most of the call lamenting that Dakota was allegedly disobedient and how difficult it was to be a parent. At one point during the call...
Is this like the Gabriel Fernandez case?
While McLean was instructed to initiate CPR, he could be heard audibly retching and then complained, quote, "It smells real rotten inside of his stomach," end quote.
Upon arrival at McLean's 1934 Kensington Drive home in Dayton, Ohio, paramedics found him waiting at the door and his son, 10-year-old Dakota Collins, battered and bruised from head to toe, lying alone and unresponsive on the living room floor. Dayton Police Officer Evans also responded as paramedics tended to Dakota. To allow the medics to work without distraction, Officer Evans engaged McLean in conversation on the porch, during which McLean continued to rant and rave about his uncivilized and uncontrollable son.
Although paramedics focused on attempts to resuscitate Dakota, the evidence of neglect and harm done to him were clearly present all over his body. When the paramedics indicated that Dakota had passed away and that there was nothing more that could be done to save him, McLean's response to the news of the death of his own son was, quote, "All right, I tried to get you guys here as fast as I could," end quote.
Dakota was transported to the hospital for further examination.
I tried to get you here as fast as I could. What the fuck? What? Like, seriously? Again, like, I just don't understand, like, how parents can watch things like this happening to their children. They would even inflict this on their children. And it looked... My internet is not wanting to work right
Dr.
now.
Liker, an expert in pediatrics specializing in CA, had an opportunity to externally examine his battered remains. Dr. Liker noted hundreds of lacerations, a break.
Oh, experiencing interruptions. Figure out why. I can tell you why. Because there's a million people on my internet right now.
Girl, don't blame me.
She's blaming you.
Oh, I missed on my own. And I'm okay. So I know we kind of started and never finished conversations and talked a little bit about everything tonight. Honestly, I appreciate everybody being here, but I don't believe
head, scalp, face, mouth, including the inside of it, his neck, his chest, his abdomen, arms, hands, legs,
really?
Basically everywhere on his body. Patterned abrasions were noted on his chest as well as his abdomen and legs. Older scars were seen on his torso and extremities. Injuries, lacerations, and bruising were also visible externally in his private areas.
According to Dr. Liker, the extent and nature of the injuries were not consistent with accident or self-infliction. They were the result of severe physical harm on numerous occasions over a sustained period of time.
Seriously,
Many
Dave?
of the injuries were in areas that are very difficult to bruise. Dr. Liker noted that many of the injuries were located in areas often considered to be defensive locations, as they are the areas of the body, such as the back of the arms and posterior of the body, that are exposed when one tries to protect themselves from strikes.
She also noticed...
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'm going to stop that from playing because, as everybody knows, I'm currently at a hotel. Well, most people know, so I'm at a hotel right now. Is there any way that you could email me about, I want to know about that, because I've heard of a few cases, and I'm just wondering if they're the same ones. I'll tell you one, that Gabriel Fernandez case, that was so sad. Like, when I was watching that series on Netflix, I'll tell you what, I could not watch it in one. I couldn't. I had to stop it and come back to it later. I heard that too, Dave G. That is two of the worst cases I have come across in a while. Was a newborn and a microwave. Really? Lonnie, okay, yeah. I don't know. I've got so many things that I want to look into, but I would like to hear, I want to hear about the ones that Dave's talking about, Dave. And if you have any more interesting cases, I would love for you to let me know, and we can talk about them sometime, like, kind of do a stream like this. The Misery Machine is a good link. And that okay, so that's probably a YouTube channel, I'm guessing. And see, like, that's okay, so that was my whole idea of, like, the whole thing of my channel is, I would like to do panels. I would like more people to be interactive and like have opinions and want to talk about things. I just, yeah. I like having the back and forth of a conversation on, and getting anybody's thoughts and stuff. I would love for more interactions with like stuff like that. More cases. I'm gonna put my email in chat. It's missing in life 2021. If I can get the right numbers. And unexpectedly, I now have all my children awake, and I gotta be quiet and get them back to bed because I have a funeral to go to today. So later on. Yeah.
For who?
Oscar?
Uncle Oscar.
He passed away.
But that's my my email, missinginlife2021 at gmail.com. Please send me those links if you want to. If anyone wants to see it, I dropped a short video of it. There's a few bigger. What do you mean? Oh, okay. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna grab that link from you too, Lonnie. I have all the other ones up and going, so I really appreciate everyone being here tonight and participating. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you prefer. Don't matter to me. I appreciate everyone, and I appreciate all that we're here. Y'all have a good night. Stay loyal, stay true, stay you. Love you. Bye.